Hi, Graham. I thought I'd tell you a story about when I was a boy. When I was a boy, about 8 years old, I joined Cub Scouts. And my mom was the den leader. And we met every week at our house and out in our yard and with some of my friends. And we had a lot of good times doing things. But one thing I remember doing was building race cars. And I know you've seen some of the race cars that I built with my boys down in the workshop. But well, I also built some with my dad. And what happened every year, they had a race down a track. Here's a picture of a track with a bunch of cars lined up to go. I think in my elementary school, we had a track that maybe like 10 or 15 cars could race at once. Here's another picture showing the whole track in the cultural hall. The race cars that we had in our church usually raced just 2 cars at a time. With your race car, and you raced against other boys and dads that have built their cars. And what you got, every year you got a block of wood. And I have here, this is a block of wood that you got. It has a place for somebody to sit, sort of, and a couple of slots where the wheels go. Then you got some wheels in your kit. The wheels look like this, and you got a little nail, and you put the nail in the slots like this, and you built your race car. Now the cars had to go down a track, so the heavier they were, the faster they went. So you also got weights like this, and you put the weights in the bottom of your car to make it go faster. And you tried to make it streamlined or look like it's going to go nice. And there was always a prize for the fastest car and the best looking car. And in my town, it was a big deal because we had them at the elementary school. And the local newspaper came and took pictures of the winners, and it was very exciting. And you also had, you could have decals like this. You could put flames on the side of your car or stripes and paint them. So I saved, so every year my dad and I built a race car together. And my dad did most of the work really. I just did a lot of the sanding and some of the painting and stuff. And I saved my race cars when I was a kid. So they kind of look like old-fashioned race cars because that's kind of my dad's design. He thought they would look cool to be old-fashioned. So this is one. You can see we put lightning bolts on the side. And this is a place for the driver to sit. And it says Pinewood Derby on it. It has a Pinewood Derby decal. And the wheels can go quite fast. You can see that. You spin them, they go. That's because the looser the wheels were, the faster they went, but they also had to go straight. This is one we built the next year, very similar. I guess my dad had a guy, and this one has a steering wheel even in it. And this is one, the other, it's missing a wheel, must have gotten in an accident. This is a blue one, but these are the 3 race cars that I raced with every year. And I had a lot of fun, even if I didn't win. But a couple times I won. One year I won the best looking race car. I won a prize for best looking car. And one year I won a prize for the fastest, or maybe the second or third fastest. There were like 40 or 50 kids racing, so to win even first and second and third place was very good. Here is a picture from our local newspaper, and you can see I saved this, or my mom saved it probably. And it shows the winners, first, second, third place of the Pinewood Derby at our elementary school. And my dad and me are on the right-hand side. You can see me holding that car, and my dad above me. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very proud, and my dad's very excited too. And I enjoyed that a lot with my dad. I remember didn't do most of the work probably, but I was very proud of getting a prize at the race car. It was a lot of fun. So when I got to be a dad, we did that with some of our boys. And we had Cub Scouts at church. Now the church doesn't do Cub Scouts, but we had Cub Scouts at church, and we had a racetrack at church. And each of my boys did. Here is a picture of a Pinewood Derby at our church, actually with Nathan, Keith, and Tyler, showing the cars lined up to go.
And there's another close-up of a couple cars lined up to go on the track to race each other.
Did some cars. That's how I got all those cars down the basement. And you can see I won. I even saved some of the medals that were some of the trophies. This is a prize from Alan Otto. That's my oldest boy. He got a blue ribbon for racing. And this is a car that I built with your dad. I think he picked out the color, and it's a very fast car. You can see the wheels go like that. So these cars are, the reason I keep them downstairs is because they're not really toys to play with, because they mostly are just designed to go down the track and stop. They're kind of fragile otherwise. They don't stand up to a lot of just playing around the house, or they would break. You can see this one even broke on the side there because somebody dropped it or played with it. So they're just designed to go down this track and win these races. And here's a couple of other cars that we built. I'm not sure if these were your dad's or somebody else's, but we thought these are like space-age designs with little things on the back to make them go faster. And this one had like same kind of thing, little fins on the back. And they were quite fast. You can see underneath here, there's some tape because they put the weights. You can see under here, that's where the weights are down there. They make it go faster. But that was a great memory I have of doing that with each of my boys, and especially your dad, Benjamin. And
okay, here's a picture of Benjamin with Cubmaster, proud of his race that he just won. And here's another close-up of Benjamin with his trophy and the fast green car. Looks like he came in second place. Well, I enjoyed talking to you about the Pinewood Derbies, Graham. It was a lot of fun for me and Benjamin. Maybe if we have more time sometime, you can ask me or your dad about the story of Snowball the Gerbil.